Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have, I told them to put 50 chairs out and we used all of them, so we had to get some more. So that's good. Welcome to everyone who is on the Zoom call as well. You might notice on the Zoom call that we don't have any slides tonight, but we will be showing some of the work of the artist live, so you'll be able to see that when we get to that part of the show. So just so you're aware of what's happening. So just a few things for tonight. First of all, thank you, Amy, for joining us again from Artists for Africa. Amy's here to collect our paintings. And I did want to mention, if you're one of the people that has donated your painting to Artists for Africa, you are entitled to a ticket to the show. And the instructions are that there'll be a table for artists and you just go sign in there. If you're bringing a friend or a guest who has not submitted art, you have to buy a ticket. So the tickets are $35 if you buy them in advance, and they're $40 at the door. Amy said she can sell you a ticket tonight, or you can do it online. Is that correct? Okay. All right. Any questions about Artists for Africa? Okay. Let's see. Of course, food is always the most important thing. So thank you, everyone who took the time to bring something to share with everyone else. We always enjoy seeing what people bring and tasting it. So that's a fun thing to do. So thank you for that. And there's another opportunity if you would like to help us out for the March 21st reception. We need people to sign up for the show there. We'll be providing shrimp and chicken and some dessert, but not a lot. So if you would like to sign up, there's a sheet over here. Oh, go ahead.
Normally for these meetings, like our monthly meetings, we have about 12 to 14 people sign up pretty regularly to bring food, which is fantastic. For the juried show, we need approximately 30 people to sign up to bring food, because we're going to have about probably 100 guests, maybe more, dignitaries and local, people, not just our members, but families and then local businesses, and all will be represented. So we need about 30 people to sign up to bring food. So we've already got a good start. We've got about 8 who've already signed up. So I'm going to have this passed up and down the lines, the rows. And if you haven't already, please consider donating some food, bringing some food. It's pretty much a potluck, but just kind of take a little look at what other people have already signed up to bring and see if you can bring something a little bit different. And then that would be great. And I will remind you what you signed up to bring right before the show. So if you can't remember in a month's time what you signed up for, I will send a reminder out for everyone. So that will be great. Okay, so thank you very much. All right.
All right. Next on my list is something new. The Chapin Women's Club has invited us, any artists, to participate in this. This is the second annual butterfly release at Crooked Creek Park on May 9th from 9 o'clock till 12:30 in the afternoon. If you would like to participate as an artist, they're recruiting artists to have a 12 by 12 space, which is one 8-foot table. Let's see, the cost is $35. The registration information is on this sheet. And Lila, who's one of our members, is handling the registration. So that's where you'll mail the information if you're interested. There are flyers up at the table. If you're interested in doing that, please pick one up. Let's see, this event is always on the day before Mother's Day. That's what they're trying to do annually. Back to the juried show, we have 43 artists have signed up already, 107 entries. Last year we had 63 artists and 153 entries. We always get quite a few here in the last few days. So if you haven't already done that, don't forget you need to do it by what date? The 20th? 19th. Okay. Needs to be in the 19th, plan on the 18th, so you don't forget. It's online. All the information about the juried show, the dates and times, all of that is there. If you have any questions, you can ask me, you can ask Kay. Any of the board members will be glad to help you find information if you need it. If there's anyone who needs assistance when they're dropping off their painting or their photograph, please text me and tell me what time you plan to come so that I can plan on it and meet you in the parking lot at the drop-off location right out front. Let's see. If this is your third meeting that's going to qualify you for the juried show, please make sure that you wait until tomorrow and then go in and register. Yeah, because we have to do the attendance tonight, so we'll have it in by tomorrow morning. So it should be there probably by mid-morning. If you have any questions or trouble with the registration, you're welcome to call me. You can call Kay. We'll make sure you get the help that you need, okay? So that you're all on time. So we need a few tall people to help us with hanging paintings on Saturday. So if you're tall, that's a help because we don't have to use a step stool. And some of the folks who aren't tall will appreciate it because they won't have to climb a ladder. So if you can do that, please stop and see me on the way out or see Kay so that we can take your name and tell you about what time you should arrive. So we need all the help we can get on this day, and we'll need help on the day of the juried show and also help cleaning up on that day as well. Any questions about any of that? Okay. Is there anything I missed? Any of the board members or officers? Any general questions from the audience? Yes. That
February 26th. The cocktail hours are 6 to 7 and the doors to the sale open at 7 o'clock. Don't mark it on tickets.
so it's the 12th.
This is the main thing. You guys give yourself a
Thank you, Amy. All right. Bobby, you're up.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Bobby Mann. Try not to move. I want to extend a very warm welcome to Diane Gilbert. She is our artist tonight that's going to be presenting. Come on up. Do you want me to turn this off?
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, do. Thank you. Bonjour. Oh, yeah. I'm Quebec City, Canada. Is there any ceramic artist here? No potter? I I'm sorry? Oh, that was same time. Hello? 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 Not too far? It's very loud. Okay. I'm back then. Keep track. I don't know what happened. Do I? Hear me fine if I talk loud? That's can I just not use it? You can use it for the people online, but if you're gonna be up there. Okay.
It's on now. Thank you.
Hello? All right. Sorry about that. So I want to talk about my sculpture, my process with clay. I don't necessarily want to talk about finished pieces, but what's the way to get there? So my process is a long one with experimentation, a lot of doubt, trust in the material. It's very important. My work grew from the relationship with me and the clay. One that was shaped by repetition, hesitation, and trust. Clay remember every touch, even the hesitant one. It's very, if I walk with a slab of clay and I try to do something round, if I go and do something oval, it can first and do round after, the kiln will remember it. It will be perfectly round when I put it on the kiln, but when you get it out, it got that oval thing. So, yeah. When working with clay, timing is everything. The material is on rhythm, too fast and it resists, too slow and it loses energy. That's why I often begin several pieces at once. It isn't multitasking, it's patience. Each piece develops its own time, and my role is to observe, adjust, and listen. That make me shake, you can see. But before I left, my husband told me, remember, they're all naked. You're the only one dressed. That makes me feel better. Okay, before working in clay, I spent 25 years as a costume designer in Quebec. That taught me how to read movement, texture, weight, and silhouette. Our material carries story. I approach clay the same way. I walk with it, feel how it moves under my hand. Like fabric, it has its own rhythm. Listen is everything. My love of nature, you can see animal, plant, the cycle of life, of grow and decay, deeply inform my works. I think of myself as a storyteller in 3 dimensions. I use animal form as character. Each piece explore a different emotional state, endurance, vigilance, solitude, performance, myth. I'm interested in the moment just before or just after something happened, the suspended emotional state. So I will talk about my piece a little bit, but more the process. So if I go to the mountain lion that you see there, I called it forest within. Do I use it or not?
Use it.
I use it, okay. The mountain lion carries a forest carve on its body. It holds tensions. As I carve it, the clay resists and shifted. In life or in clay, mountain lion don't really take direction. So you adapt, you listen. The balance between control and surrender is what I love about sculpture. Wally is my 5-foot alligator that you see on the floor there. It doesn't negotiate this one. It takes patience, it waits. The clay stretched and sagged, reminding me who was in charge. I'm rarely in charge of my work. They tell me what to do most of the time. Every scale and curve became a quiet negotiation. Like the animal itself, the sculpture holds powers, and it's a still power, one that requires attention. I will just show you a piece of that. It's in pieces. And you can see inside the structure. The structure is not needed now, but it was needed for the firing. Because Clay is alive. It's really alive. In the kiln, it breathes. It kind of expand and shrink. So if I don't put all those structure, it never fit after. So that's really the way I do that. My Celtic raven, the big one, yeah. The raven combines clay and welded material. The Celtic carving has to respect the form without overwhelming it. Clay feels alive, metal is unyielding. The piece become a dialogue between those forces, ground yet mysterious. You see the small ostrich beside my very beautiful bottle of water? So this piece is inspired by Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. Everybody know Toulouse-Lautrec? So not the performance, but the moment after. The cigarette still burned, the drink remained at the table, the energy has shifted inward. The exaggerate posture capture both elegance and fatigue, performance and vulnerability. You know, those can-can dancer use a lot of ostrich feather, so that's why I use the ostrich for that piece. Great. Crow and the bumblebee. The crow and the bumblebee, okay, I'll go get it. This one has two particularities. It's a earthquake detector. The leg are piano string. And why I call it the crow and the bumblebee is because that was a bumblebee nest. Inside it was completely carved. Now I did put metal and structure it, and you see the opening of the bumblebee here. So that's why I call it the bumblebee. So piano string. Yeah. I had the chance one day I was driving and the moving truck was in front of me and I saw that piano fall down from the truck. So I was there. Okay. My garden bird head. You see the bird head by itself? Those are garden art. And I usually sell them with spikes, different sizes. So you put them in a bush with just the head to get out. So I have a lot of them. For some reason, I was in spree. These birds' heads are designed as a quiet garden presence. I'm interested in gesture, especially the curve of the neck and how very small shift in posture suggest personality. The surface are intentionally texture and weathers, so they feel right at home outdoor. All right, now we have the gamecock. I'm not a sport fan. I did not do that for me, can say. So combine ceramic and metal, emphasize structure and stance. I simplified and sharpened the form to push it toward stylization while keeping the identity clear. So
That pieces too. Okay.
I'm sorry?
You do that pieces too? One piece or what?
It's metal base. The leg and the base are metal.
Metal.
Yeah, and everything else is clay. So when I make it in clay, I kind of plan to have a metal bar deep inside to support it. So that looks fragile, but it's absolutely not fragile. I tried to break it and it doesn't. So Bully the Kid. Bully the Kid is a character study. I'm drawn to expression that sits somewhere between humor and defiance. The opossum on his shoulder softened the figure and add narrative tension, suggesting companionship, vulnerability, and or mischief. This piece explores personality through exaggeration and surface. Crow on the branch. That's the other one. Oh, thank you. That's what I look at. Appreciate that. That has a piano string as well, but only on the feet. So it's not a earthquake detector, this one.
What do you use as reference? Like when you're creating these things, you have an image that you look at, or is it all in your head?
It's never the same way. Sometimes I just wake up from a dream and I will make that piece that was in my dream. Sometimes it's just, I look with many pictures and I start to make the position I want to do with those. And sometimes, like my last series of bas relief, what I'm doing right now, I do reclaim my clay. And I kind of mix two white clay who are a little bit different, but I did not mix them too well by laziness. But then when I make the slab, I saw all those patterns in it. So my whole thing is, okay, what did I see there? Oh, that's a frog there. So I did what I saw on that. So that was for that series. Tomorrow can be completely different. So about that crow, the wood stump represent what once lived. The bird stand as observer, suspended energy rather than motion. I really like that's probably my favorite piece and all that, and all those tables. My face mug is because my husband and I had a hot sauce business and we do markets. So I did those to accompany the hot sauce because it's easy to carry. It's kind of, yeah. So did I, yeah, and those, when you put it in front of your face, it's kind of the bottom of your face. So you can try the Nosferatu. What that is called. So if the camel, can you sit and talk about the camel? What can I say about the camel? I love his teeth. He need a dentist, but yeah. I work, you can see I work a lot with making holes in my work. Because I tend to be easily too realistic. So I love to break that realistic with something to make it more art and just not copy of something that exists. I did a lot of flower pot at one point, like the monkey, the fish. Those for me are flower pot. So some pieces are narrative moment, other move toward symbols, other explore structure. Across all of them, I'm interested in the space between strength and vulnerability. In what is held, what is exposed, and what endures. In the end, the sculptures are simply the record of that relationship. Proof that clay is patient and most of the time forgiving. If you'd like to see this process in action, to watch how clay negotiate with me and maybe even meet more of my piece, I'd love to invite you to my open studio next month. I open my studio every year for like 12 years, the Columbia Open Studio. I'm one of the farthest one because I'm close to Cedar Creek. Doesn't matter. I like open studio. It's my place, my. So you can see work in progress, ask question, and discover how the sculpture interact with the greenhouse itself. Okay, I did not mention my greenhouse. It's my happy place. I built that with old window. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I plant new seeds every day. It's a disease. It's in my love of nature, circle of life. I have to do that. So in my greenhouse, I also integrate more and more sculpture. And I also try to make my pots where I put my plant more and more. So it's become a little piece of art by itself, the greenhouse. So you're welcome if you want to come at my open studio. It will be at the end of March, I think the last weekend of March.
Where?
But we are maybe 70 artists to open their studio. Mine is, you know where Cedar Creek is? Blightwood? Yeah, yeah, on Monticello. It's in line with Blightwood, but it's, if I was a bird, it's not that far.
No.
Huh?
So.
It would took me 35 minutes to come here. It's not that far. It take me 35 minutes to go wherever I want to go. And if you like to even go further, I'm excited to share that I'll soon be offering clay workshop in my studio. So it's a chance to get hands-on with the material, explore your own idea, and see how negotiation with clay unfold, with guidance, encouragement, and of course, a few surprises along the way. So my studio is not ready yet. I'm still fighting with temperature, still insulating some area, but eventually under 6 months, I'll be able to roll in with workshop. I have many workshop ideas I want to do. I teach ceramic for 18 years at Southern Pottery in Colombia. So I teach hand build. I suck at wheel. I don't like wheels. So if you have any question, that will be a good time. You can ask me any question about any piece, about technique, about what I had for dinner, whatever. Oh, no, no. I think that was 2 snails making love. That was very big. You have a mosquito that if you come in my studio, visit my studio, you can still see it. It's a 7-foot long mosquito. This one, I actually, when I moved here 26 years ago, I moved it in pieces in my car. And at the custom, where are you going? Oh, see my sister in New York. So, so yeah, that was the idea. The mosquito is very big, but it's really realistic. Every hair is at the right spot. It's 200 times magnified. That was another life, another project that I had. My idea was to shrink human being and make big insect that you can walk between and know the feel at being small. I love insect. I protect insect. I don't use any poison anywhere for any reason. So I'm a protector of those things. The circle of life start with insect in my book. Insect and what's even smaller. So think about it next time you call Terminix, please. I will be in your mind. I will be a worm in your brain from now on. Another question? Oh, it's a 7 cubic foot. It's not that, it's about that big, but I work in pieces. I work with a measuring tape all the time, cannot go past my kiln. And also, anyway, technically, that will never work with clay. If I make it a big piece, I will never be able to transport it. The expansion and the shrinkage in the kiln will prevent it to fire in one piece, you know. It will crack along the way. So
Love that they're so shiny.
it's just a glaze. Glaze, sometimes I do a whole other firing just for the ice. I put with a lower temperature with lusters just to give a nice effect to it, but it's not add eye. It's all part of the piece. Sorry, but
Is it pigment or pigment in the clay or different colors?
every piece is different here. Sometimes I use the clay like the mountain lion. You see the clay through it. You know, I did play with some wash and some color, but you still see the clay. With the crow, I did use, actually, it seems like it painted black, but it's first black engobe that I wiped, and then I put some underglaze on top. So you have different level of blackish to attain. If it was just paint black, you will not have that effect. You will not know why, but you will not have that effect. So I use several different tones. I use oxides, I use underglaze, I use engobe, I use glaze, whatever the clay asks me to put in it at the moment. I'm listening.
What kind of form did you put inside the mountain lion when you were putting all those little pieces, the strips over it?
I did not put any form, no. You see, like if you see the alligator and the mountain lion, it's two completely different technique that I use. With the mountain lion, I did the shape, the whole shape with structure inside at the different point, and it was completely full. To be able to do that, I start slowly at the beginning, and I go up when the clay is rigid enough to support another layer. And then when it's done, and when the clay is kind of leather hard, that's when I carved this one. The alligator, it's a different story. It's part slab. The tail is a slab that is carved on, but the rest is made with coil and add to it. Yeah.
You might have said, but if you could, I missed it. How
How
did
did
you
you get
get
started in this? What inspired you?
Clay or sculpture or animals or?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I'm, how can I say that? When I grew up, I had 4 studios in the basement. My parents were very tolerant with me. I had a candle studio. I had I did even a TV demolition studio. I always been very busy with my hands. You can see those hands. They look like that since I'm 35. The blood go through them very, very well. So when I did the start sewing machine very, very young, and I did between the age of 15 and 18, I did about 3,000 stuffed animals. So my love of animals come from very far. And then as a costume designer, one of my specialty was making mascots. It's another form of animals, and I did a lot of animals costume around the way, but not only. So that's what brought that mostly. The costume designing, everything is, you think you change job at one point, I did not do stuffed animal, I started doing costume. But then as soon as I start with clay, what do I do? Just animals and insect and whatever. It will always come back to that with me. Barbara. Oh yeah, I'd work a lot for a museum and the interpretation center. When I was in Quebec, I had a business, it was called Chameleon in 3 wards. And I did rent costume, and I did also work for making reproduction in museum and interpretation center. I did work 2 years in an interpretation center on the fur trade in Canada. I did 8 scenes with people, all fiberglass, and who did, I did 36-foot canoe in fiberglass and everything, not real canoe, yeah. So.
Is it red clay body you're using, and do you ever use local clay?
Oh, I have a cool piece at my land that I made with the clay just under it. It's very hard to work with, but it's possible. It's doable. And I should stop doing that, right? Okay. I work a lot with clay that people give me because a lot of people start with clay. Oh, it's too hard. I don't want to deal with it. So they bring it to me. I reclaim the clay a lot. So the clay I use doesn't matter as long as I listen to that clay, because they all react differently. You see the Bully the Kid. I did mix brick clay with that clay just because I did want that effect, of rough clay. And so I do a lot of experiment, actually only experiment. That's all I do.
And your workshop is going to be hand building?
Hand building, yeah. I plan to do some workshop. I will, because I promised to do at least one for beginner, but I would like to have workshop with specification and specialization. So yes.
You said it's all experiment. If the experiment ever goes the wrong way,
It,
do you always find a way to use it, or do you just sometimes stop?
most of the time, I find a way to use it. You see, when I work on multiple pieces, because every day I will open it and look at it. This one doesn't talk to me today. This one, I will just do that. Okay, I close. You don't talk to me more than that. The third one, I can spend the day on it and I'm inspired. Okay, but the piece need to talk to me, so that's why I work on several pieces like that, because they don't all talk to me. And sometimes that move, I will not have done that yesterday. Maybe that move was an impulse of what I did during the day or whatever, that the clay live with me and age with me, if you understand what I mean. It can be, I can keep them wrapped for a long time and spray them a little if I'm not ready for them. Then sometimes it's long. Sometimes it's very quick, that piece need to be born today. So. Yes, it's an electric kiln. It's oxidation firing. I fire cone 6, about the alligator is cone 10 with very, very high temperature. If you want it, if you work with cone 10, you have to use a clay who is made for cone 10, or a clay for cone 6. You cannot messed up with that. If you take clay from cone 6 and you fire it at cone 10, it will melt like plastic and messed up everything around. So you don't do that. It's very important when I reclaim my clay, I make tests to know, because I'm not always sure the origin of the clay, what it is. Barbara? That when I reclaim it, I make sample and try it to see at what temperature it reach. I had a friend who did wood firing in Camden. About wood firing, North Carolina, you have a lot of place where they do wood firing. It's a complicated process. It's a long process. If you do like a wood firing, you need to keep your weekend just to fill the kiln with wood with a group too. Yeah, it's a big process. It's okay for fun once or twice, but
Raku, do you do any?
Raku, I'm full equipped for Raku. And the last workshop Raku I did was just before the COVID, and I kind of damaged my eye doing that. So I did not Raku again. It's being an artist, it's not necessarily healthy. So we have fume, we have dust, we have all sort of things, heavy metal and under glaze and glaze, So we have to be careful. Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah. I'm not very good, but I try to hide it well. I make it strong, at least. Yeah. Which one? Oh, that turtle. Okay, yeah. Because I went several times at the fair, and actually, okay. Yeah, because that's a piece I brought at the fair, and it won the first place. And then it never suspect that it will sell. So I did not take a picture before. So the customer sent me that picture. It's not really good, but I really did not expect to sell at the fair, this one, because that was quite expensive. And so that's why I did not have picture of it, but I want to see.
How much do you charge for those pieces?
Which one?
Well, like if you were to sell, say, the mountain lion, what would you ask for that?
A lot of things I consider when I put a price on things. First, the work I put on it, the success of the piece, because I can work for months on a piece, and if it turned crap, I cannot charge thousands of dollars. But if one turned fantastic, it may compensate for all those crap things. You understand? So the alligator, at one point, I was asking 5,000 for it. I was not in a hurry to sell it, I tell you, because it's a pretty good price. And if somebody asked me now, it will be kind of 2,500. Like the cat, the mountain cat, like 1,200 for it. But, it's not my favorite, so it's negotiable. So, yeah.
And where do you sell most of the stuff? Like, do you keep most of it or do
No,
you sell?
don't keep anything.
You don't keep any.
No.
So where?
I buy my friend's pieces to put in my house.
You do shows and things?
Yes, I do shows. I had one at Stormwater in the fall, and I will have another one in the fall. I do art crawl in few weeks, 2-3 weeks. Yeah, art crawl Cotton Town. I'll be there on Marion Street. My open studio is coming. I used to always carry work at the Rob Shaw Gallery in Columbia, but I just since the COVID and he moved, I just did not bring anything.
Your work
But,
would do really well at the Southeastern Wildlife Show.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, I know. Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to be my agent?
I was in sales for 40 years.
Because selling, I have to tell you, it's not my forte. I don't like it. Make it, getting rid of it, no problem, but selling it, it's always hard.
Do you do commission?
Yeah.
It's the Gamecock of commission.
That's my problem with commission. I want my customer happy. He wanted a gamecock, I made 3. So I sold 2. That's the leftover, and I was 100% sure he will choose this one because that was my favorite of the 3. That was the most stylized, but I sold the 2 other and I'm stuck with this one. I don't know. And I'm not a sport person, so they just don't need a gamecock in my house. Yes, I take commissions sometimes but that's what happened every time. I will do 3 to make sure I have the perfect one. And so I should not, but yes, I do commission. I do installment. I do all sorts of
You mentioned earlier that your inspiration, it might be in a dream. You might see a picture. You might see something. Does kind of 2 questions. Does inspiration tend to come to you, or do you go out looking for it? Do you have a certain plan? I want to have so many pieces that are always in process, or do you tend to work on just to, yeah?
I would say all of it. Yeah. Yeah, because I never know what I will do that day, I'm a little bit, I don't know, ADD, maybe. I don't know. Some of my brother and sister been diagnosed. So because I'm looking at me and at them, I think I am too. I need to be busy. I need to explore. But one thing, I get bored also. That's why it's good to work on many pieces so I can, if I'm bored. If I'm bored in my studio, I go in my greenhouse, but I'm always in movement. So my inspiration come from my greenhouse sometimes when I come back. So never know. Are you tired of me? I did touch oil painting and acrylic, and right now I'm deep in watercolor. I love watercolor because it fuck with my brain completely. You know how detailed I am, but when I work on something, and watercolor is less is better. It's the best thing that can happen to me, actually, to try to understand watercolor. I love it. I do some serious mess right now. It's awesome. Not, you will ask me, do you have one finish on all those 50 things? Nope. But I'm in a learning process, so.
Thank you for validating all of your crazy stuff that's happened in my house. Says every so often, he says, "Oh, your ADHD has kicked in. You have been high from 5 projects. Now you're coming to watch TV for 5 minutes." And I'm up because, and everything you're saying is sometimes things talk to you, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
I don't look at you, but I don't want to put you away because I'm coming back to you because I'm still marinating on how to take the next step with you. I've taken you as far as I can right now, but I know things are going to come to me to help me continue the process. And maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years.
Maybe 2 years, yeah. Never know.
And you may go into.
I don't think we can force it. It needs to come. We need to let take a inspiration shower and come back.
Everyone sign up, because remember, and then we'll get, to,
Give you some price thing.
yeah.
Those books here are there because I am in a few large book. So it's open with the pictures. And this is a book of sculpture I had from 2000 to 2005. So it's a long time ago. Done?
I need.
Any more questions for her before I get her to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hopefully some generous people, we have 7 door prizes tonight, so I need you to pick a number from 1 and 52.
In my head?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Donna Chapel. Donna, okay.
I chose
What
you.
does that look like, Donna? How did you say it? Another one, 1 to 52,
15.
and it can't be 12.
Oh.
Deborah Spencer.
Say 21. Age of drinking.
Well, for some people. Albertine.
It's 18 in Canada. In Quebec.
It was 12 in my house. Another one. Another one.
36.
Can't see with them, can't see without them. Helga. Another one.
42.
Jan Lane. Okay. 2 more.
1.
Brent. Nobody ever wants to be one. Because nobody ever picks one. One more.
All right, 45 then.
Becky Davis.
Betty Davis?
Becky.
Never heard quite.
Thank you so much
I
for
know,
coming.
anytime.
It's been a joy, hasn't she?
It was my pleasure.